All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are here in the 2031 Stanley Cup Playoffs with your Vancouver Canucks in this NHL 26 franchise mode. Boys and girls, you will have to wait to the end of this episode to see if this is the final season or not that we do. The plan is basically right now, if we go far in the playoffs, we will probably do 2 episodes, and then from here on out, end off the year. If we win the cup, that'll be a great end. If it falls short, well, I'll probably just do 1 more episode, skimming through the next couple of seasons or so. We'll try that out. But nonetheless, we have made it here to round 1 of this in 2031 here against, of course, our old rivals, the Edmonton Oilers. They've had our number many, many times. And in the last episode, we went through kind of how this whole season ended. We went through our stats as well. And I said I will take a look at Edmonton's roster before we get going here. So we will definitely be doing that. But judging off the stats that you see there on the right side of your screen, highly offensive, terribly defensive. And that's just kind of average Oilers, to be honest with you, right? So nonetheless, it is looking like it is going to be a good offensive series for us. We're hoping that's the case. But defensively, we have to be on our game, which is what I will tell our coach before we get this one going. So, with that in mind, let's go check out the Oilers team. Let's go check out what they have changed. And because we already kind of know who majority of their players are since we've seen them so many times. And so, like always, we have the usual Leon Draisaitl, Connor McDavid 1-2 duo on the top line. But when we get down to the bottom 6, bottom 9 even, it's the bottom. The second line's actually not that bad. But when we get down to the bottom 6, it is looking quite ugly for the Oilers. It doesn't look like it's very promising, although I have been shut up before by these lines all in this series. So offensively, we know McDavid and Draisaitl are going to do their thing. We just have to go to shut them down. If we can shut those 2 down, we're in a really good spot. Defensively, though, for the Oilers, it's mostly just Wallman and Byram. I mean, Darnell Nurse is a 75 overall defenseman. They have Emberson, who's an 80. Like, their bottom 4 defense is not very, very strong. I know ours is pretty close to this, but ours is definitely way better than this. So with that in mind, defensively, we definitely have them for sure. No doubt in my mind. And when it comes to goalies, I mean, Jeff Skinner and Nathaniel Day are their goalies. And Jeff Skinner's an 84 with no X factor. So we are in a very good position here. I think we definitely have the better roster, but we need to perform if we want a shot at winning this round and going further and hopefully making the Stanley Cup. And just in case you missed it in the previous episode, these are the matchups for the first round of these playoffs. We got the Stars and Wild, Blackhawks and Mammoth, us and the Oilers, Ducks taking on the Golden Knights, and then over on into the east side we have the Blue Jackets taking on the Capitals, the Devils and the Hurricanes matching up against each other, and then Ottawa, Toronto, and Detroit and Montreal. So all 3 of the Eastern Canadian teams are in the playoffs. So that can be pretty interesting once we get to the East semifinals. But those are your matchups for round 1. And now, no need to delay anymore. Let's get into game 1 against the Oilers. Let's see how we go. All right, here we are, game number 1. We are on the road, though. We are the road team for this series. We did not win the division this year, but that doesn't mean much until we lose at home. So hopefully we're able to at least get a split here in Edmonton. That's what we're hoping for. We already got a goal. Jonathan Lekkerimäki gets us on the board right away. It's enough talking for me. So let's see how the rest of this first period goes. Okay, okay. So Landon McSwain, our 4th line, gets us a goal. Rickard Rakell, our 3rd line and 4th line are doing wonders here, apparently. But, of course, Jake Wallman from the point and Connor McDavid on the power play. Remember how well we did over the last couple of times we played the Oilers, just stopping McDavid and Draisaitl. We need to kind of keep that up because if we can't, we will probably lose this series. We need to contain their 2 best players on the ice. So let's see how we do here. Period number 2. All right, we get an insurance marker. Lektermaki with a second one. That's really, really good. So let's play out this third period here. Now, remember, in the last couple of playoffs, we've had trouble just holding on to the league late. Matthew Knies with another marker. So 5-2 there now for us. We're on the power play. Our power play sucks, so it doesn't really matter. But time will wind on down here in game number 1. Okay, there's McDavid again. All right, whatever. That one didn't really matter too much. A 5-3 victory in game 1. I like that. I'll take that. Now let's keep it going into game 2. So game 2, it would be great if we were able to take a 2-0 series lead back to Vancouver. That would be just fantastic. But we got to get a win here for that to even be a possibility. Let's see, period number 1. Okay, 1-1, Buchnevich and Batherson. So that's, again, the first line for Edmonton. So if we... How do I say this? I want to limit their first line, but if their first line is doing everything, I will take that. That's the thing I think I'm trying to get at here, is I want to limit them, but if they're the only ones doing anything, I will definitely take that. I take that how you will, but I'll accept what we're having right now, but we have to perform if that's the case. So pretty even first period. Second period now, there we go. We got the lead. Brock Besser, our goal scorer, getting on the board there. So we got the 1-goal lead now here in the third period. Can we hold on? Edmonton's had a lot more offensive shots, as you see there, nearly almost 10 more than we have in this game. Power play for them. We hold on. That's fantastic. Can we just hold on now? 3 more minutes left in this game. There it is. Ricard Raquel in the final minute. Not even an empty netter. And we win the game 3-1. And we now head home up 2-0 in this series. All right, we return home here for game number 3. Up 2-0 in the series. I like our first 2 games. I just want to kind of see that again. Consistent here through game number 3. Can we go up 3-0? I love that so much. Period number 1. There we go. We're on the board first with a power play goal. Thanks to Brock Besser. Our first power play goal of these playoffs comes in game number 3. Good start here. Now, on to the second period. 3-0. Another power play goal for Marco Rossi, and Dorofeev gets on the board. So let's sim the rest of this game. Power play for Oilers to start. Ooh, we got a short-handed goal. Drake Batherson makes it 4-0. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 5. The Arbor Xhekaj getting the goal. Everyone's just getting in on it here. Holy smokes. This is incredible. 5-0 here now in the third. Time's going to wind down. I'm not even worried about this one anymore. 6-0 now with Ricard Raquel getting his 3rd goal this playoffs. He's having a great start to these playoffs. Wow. 6-0 up 3-0 in the series. Can we get the sweep at home? Game number 4. Up 3-0 in the series. Can we bury the Oilers again? I'm praying and I'm hoping that that is the case here in Vancouver. But let's go through period number 1. Okay. 2-1 McDavid with the power play goal. Horona gets us one back a minute later, but Bo and Byram, their top defenseman on their, well, not their top defense, but on the top defensive pairing, gets the goal. So the only goals that, or I might be wrong here, maybe they scored 1, but the only goal, majority of the only goals that have been scored by the Oilers are by their top D pairing or are by their top line. They've had nothing from their bottom pairings, barely anything at all, but they kill us in shots. Look at that, 18-8. So we got to bounce back here in period number 2. All right, we're tied. There we go. Vince Dunn gets us a goal. There's Jake Wallman, another power play goal, but again, it's another top line guy that they got, and Pavel Dorofeev ties us late in the second. All right. Period number 3. Oh, Jesus. And there's Pavel Zacha. Marco Rossi scores a power play goal just like that. Bang. Oh, my God. This game's going back and forth. Darnell Nurse gets a goal. So now, oh, boy. Okay. Oh, wow. What is happening here? This is incredible. Wow. We have just really let it open now, eh? What the hell is that? What is this third period? Wow. I cannot believe it. That is astonishing by the Oilers. 9 goals? Oh, wow. I know we're up 3-1 in the series, but I'm shook. Like, I'm seriously, like, I've never seen it that bad. And that's Carter George 2 in net. Like, that's just a stinker by everyone. You know. Wow. Oilers came to play today. Maybe a gentleman's sweep? Let's see. So we return to Edmonton here for game number 5 after that embarrassment of a 9-5 loss in game number 4. That was incredible. And we scored already. Pavel Dorofeev gets us on the board in the first minute of the game. I like that. Let's see how the rest of the first period goes. Okay. Let's calm her down now. Let's calm her down. The Oilers offense has woken up here. I don't really like any of this. And the fact that Darnell Nurse is a 75 overall rated player and he's got 2 goals in this series, I don't like that at all. Trent Frederick with a shorthanded one too. Okay. Period number 2. Oh my God. A hat trick for Trent Frederick. He's got the I know it's not the Gordie Howe hat trick, but he's got like the goal hat trick. Power play goal, shorthanded goal, and a regular goal. Oh my God. So the Oilers offense has now woken up. And this is now a bit of a problem here. And I don't like this at all. I really do not. And this third period, 5-1. Bobby McMahon. Wow. Okay. Like, let's get going here. 9-5, 5-1. I know our offense was strong, but like defensively, we have to tidy up here, or else we're going to go to 7 games. But let's head to 6 in Vancouver. Okay, back at home for game number 6. We need our offense to show up here. We have struggled these last 2 games. Well, not even our offense, just our defense needs to be way better than it has here for game number 6. And to be honest with you, I should have checked the lines before I started this, but whatever. Period number 1. Okay, 1-1. Why are we giving up these shorthanded goals, man? Oh, boy. Okay, Pettersson finally gets a goal. Connor McDavid is on the board. Not bad. I don't mind that period. Period number 2. Come on, boys. Seriously? We're getting outdone by Stuart Skinner here. Oh, my God. Can we at least get one to get some hope back? Wow. I'm okay, hold on. I cannot believe this. I truly cannot believe this. We're going 7 again against the Oilers, and once again, they have come back in a series against us. My Lord. All right, yet another game 7 against the Edmonton Oilers. I did actually change some lines around. I actually moved Marco Rossi back up to the top line for Elias Pettersson, and I also swapped around Arbor Xhekaj and Lou Tanev. I felt like that second pairing with him, Roenick and Lou Tanev have not been good, so I moved them down. Game number 7. Do we get a goal here? Oh, it's going to go slow, so I'm really milking this. No. All right. Period number 1. All right, no goals. I like, though, that we got some more shots. More shots than the Oilers. Period number 2. Oh, no! Oh, my God, no. Let's see the third period. Dobor. Oh, thank you, Pavel Dorofeev, for scoring. No. Like, what? This is fourth line. The fourth line is getting goals, man. Oh, my God. Are you kidding me? Okay, like, I'm serious. Like, what is the problem with our team here? What is the problem with our team? At the fact that this whole series, whenever we've scored a goal, we had not been able to get back and play defense and get set for the onslaught that the Oilers have. I cannot believe we're up 3-0. We had the best offense. We had one of the top defenses in the playoffs through the first 3 games. And we have let in 9, 5. What was game 6? 5 and 6. They averaged 5 goals a game. They had more than 5 goals a game in the last 3 games. And I sit here and I wonder, why can't I do anything good here defensively? Maybe I need a defensive defenseman. But I felt like Vince Dunn, Philip Hronek, Marcus Pettersson, Lou Tanev is defensive defenseman, and he does nothing. He literally does nothing. I had to move him down the line because he sucked. Literally for Arbor Xhekaj. I'm so angry. Like, I literally want to say that this is worse than what we witnessed last year. You know, last year we got absolutely owned by the Blackhawks. Don't get me wrong. But this is worse. We're up 3-0. 3-0 in the series and we blew it. Our defense went from spectacular to missing in a span of a week. I cannot believe this. I cannot believe anything that I've just witnessed in the last 10 minutes of my time. Because this is astonishing. And the fact that, and I'll get to it in a moment, but the fact that, again, our top players, which I can't confirm this because I need to see it with my eyes, but the fact that our top line stinks, it sucks. When it goes up against McDavid, it can't do anything, which is fair. But the fact that all the other lines have played so well. Ricard Raquel on the third line played great. We're not even re-signing him in the offseason. He played great. Right? Lekkerimäki got us a bit going. He played great. Our middle 2 lines, fantastic. But where was our top line? Braden Coots, I only see him in overtimes when I watch him. I'm in pain. I truly am just in pain. All right. I just want to say one thing. Okay? In hindsight, point-wise, we actually did all right. You know, we've had worse years. Last year was bad in points. Remember that, right? But look at the minuses here. Brock Besser, top line, -5. Marco Rossi was a -2. He was, I think, a positive heading into the final game. So it's our top line that just got owned. Elias Pettersson, -5, right? He played on the top line for every single game but one. Braden Coots, like 4 points. You're on the top line. Like Elias Pettersson and Braden Coots, I don't know what they were doing. And Brock Besser too, a little bit. At least he got points though. That's the thing. Like, you're a goal scorer, man. Score. I don't know. Like, Lou Tanev, -5. He was just skating out there. Like, the defenseman on the third line got more points than the guy on the second line. Who else? Who else wants some? Who else wants it? Like, dude, Landon McSwain's on the fourth line. Braden Coots had just 2 more points than the guy on the fourth line. What are you doing? And I don't even want to blame Carter George for this. I don't. I know last year we were kind of like, oh, he's young, he'll get better, or whatever, 2 years ago, whatever the hell it was. Like, this year, should he have played better? Yes. But how do you blame him? How do you blame him? Like, this guy might go down in history by having the awesome regular seasons. Look at this here. His NHL totals. He has a 915, a 277. Okay? Historically in the league, those are decent numbers. But then you go to the playoffs, 882 with a 389 goals against. That's an AHL goalie in the playoffs. I don't know why I went to preseason. I'm at a loss for words with this team. I have no idea what to do. I have no idea where to go. I have no money. These players need to be signed to $20,000 billion deals and I got pennies. I got nothing. I built this team. We have great chemistry on pretty much all the lines. Okay? I help the players get X factors to be better, to be I have this is me trying not to like throw something across the room right now. I have zero thoughts. Well, I have many thoughts, but I have zero idea of what to do, what to change. Like, low key though, do I trade Pedersen? Like, do I trade Coots? I don't know. And I would like to say we need scoring. We did all right in that series. The first 3 games were great. I don't know. I truly do not know what to do. Okay, everyone. I have simulated and calmed down all the way to May 31st. Basically to the end of the month after we lost. And as you could see, we had a shot at playing my Sens in the final. But it did not work out in a way. Remember just a few years ago in this series when the Sens were just hot garbage? And now they're in the Stanley Cup Final. I cannot believe that. But they are playing the Chicago Blackhawks, who could be a really tough customer. We know how the Chicago Blackhawks work. So, that could be a really tough series. And like I always say, if we made the conference final, it probably would have been tough to beat the Blackhawks, but we probably, judging by how the Oilers did against the Ducks, we probably would have had the Ducks in a pretty, we probably would have dealt with the Ducks pretty easily. But the conference final would have been tough, especially against Chicago. But even looking at Ottawa, they took the Leafs to 7, but then after that, it was sweep and on to the final. So quite interesting stuff there. I'm just still distraught by the series against Edmonton. I don't even know how to respond to that. I truly do not. But this is how your bracket looks. Now I will sim to the end of the Stanley Cup Finals, see who wins, and then we'll do the awards. And then I think I could maybe do a quick one through the draft. Because we really only have late picks, so there won't be many good players to pick from. And to no one's surprise, the Chicago Blackhawks have now won back-to-back Stanley Cup championships. They took down the Sens in 6 games. I was kind of watching it here. 6 games. But man, they have just kind of have a powerhouse now of Connor Bedard. Let's check out the awards and see. I don't think we won anything, but let's see if we did. So here you go. The Blackhawks have now won back-to-back Stanley Cup championships. So the West has now won back-to-back cups. The Blackhawks even won the President's Trophy. So they become the first team since the Maple Leafs in 2028 to do it. The Clarence S. Campbell Bowl, as you see in recent years, especially except, although who won it? I forget the first year. The Blackhawks have been in the finals 4 of the 5 seasons. Well, at least 4 of the 6 seasons that we have done. We have only been there once. Like, that's crazy. That's how good they've been. Ottawa makes their first Stanley Cup Finals appearance since 2007. Individually, Connor Bedard wins the Art Ross with his, 76 goals it was, or something crazy like that. So, yeah, that doesn't surprise me whatsoever. He also wins the Hart. That also doesn't surprise me. The James Norris goes to Brant Clark. Did they sign him or trade him? I think they might have signed him, which is quite incredible. They do have quite a squad over there. Lady Bing goes to Connor Bedard. Kygorodov, I still butcher this guy's name, wins the Calder. Conn Smythe goes to Connor Bedard for the second straight season. Jake Ottinger wins the Vezina. He also wins the Jennings Trophy as well. Bill Masterton finally does not go to Ryan Graves. It goes to Zach Whitecloud this time. Jack Adams actually goes to Jamie Benn. Not the player, the coach, Jamie Benn. Even though his pitcher's there, yes, he is a coach. So Jamie Benn, now being a coach, actually won the Jack Adams. Which, I mean, I know we didn't win the President's Trophy, right? I don't think we never did in the series. No. But, like, I'm surprised that we've not won the Jack Adams. I could understand why, but I'm kind of surprised how we have not. Selke goes to Matty Beniers for the third time in 4 years. Bedard wins the Ted Lindsay. Maurice Richard also goes to... Or why did I say Art Ross? I meant Maurice Richard. Connor Bedard wins the Maurice Richard with his 76 goals. So there are your awards, ladies and gentlemen. Now all that's really left is to do the draft, and then I think I'll start next episode at free agency, or at the free agency period there, or the re-sign period. So let's get on through this draft. I mean, I'm not too keen on, taking my time here because we're only going to last 1 or 2 more seasons. So these players are probably not going to play for us, but we'll see. So let's head out to that draft. And very quickly, once again, we lose a lot of legends here in this series. Kopitar, Panarin, Tyler Seguin, Zuccarello, Zibanejad, Nugent Hopkins, Huberdeau. There's a lot of good players on this list. They keep getting longer and longer and longer. Look at this. This is incredible. How many good players are still just, decent players at least here. Goaltending-wise, Frederick Anderson, UC Saros, Cam Talbot, Darcy Kemper. Like, there are some good players. There's some good goalies, especially in these later years, right? We're losing a lot more players that we know and love, so maybe it opens up a bit for us more next season. I don't know, but let's get to that draft now. It is NHL entry draft time, and you might be confused why you might see the Ottawa Senators here in the 3rd overall pick, even though they just went to the Stanley Cup Final. You're not crazy. They had Buffalo's pick, which actually was number 1. It was supposed to go number 1, but they lost the lottery to Pittsburgh and LA. So Ottawa drafts 3rd after a Stanley Cup Finals appearance, which is quite crazy, to be honest. Looking at this draft class, Max Eklund is your franchise potential player at number 1. No doubt in my mind he will go number 1. There's no surprise there. And then you have a couple of elites. So Ottawa will actually end up getting still a decent player no matter what. We don't have a pick until round number 3. So where are we even looking here? That's just the player I marked because he's a gem. Like, we are literally in the dumps of the draft. So I'm just going to kind of be quickly looking through things here and seeing what we can get. But let's just see. Send the pick. So Ekman goes first. That's no surprise there. Eichel goes number 2. The Sens go pick Cole Wong at 81 overall. So that's going to be another good piece to add to that Sens roster. They also have a player, I forget his name. It's Russian, or it's Russian or Belarusian. He has an X factor, and he's like, was he a top 6 forward or something like that? Like, he's going to be good. And he was on their bench. Like, he was on their healthy scratch list. So it's quite odd. Isn't there another elite? Why did they? I guess they wanted a forward. That's quite interesting. Hotala. Why would? Okay, if the Jets pick a forward here, whatever. Okay, whatever. So let's go to our first pick. Pick number 80. Again, I'm not really looking for much, to be honest with you. I know where we are in the series. We're not, too far from the end. So, I'm mostly just seeing if we can pick up maybe someone. that's on the end of, is there an elite player that could, it's kind of hard. Oh, there's maybe 2 year. Ooh, you got some good. Who are you? Francois Bellefeuille. Is it? Well, I don't think he's. Oh, but we barely scouted him. Okay, just go back to what you had of that. Central scouting. Okay. There's this guy, Kippersoft. He's a low elite 3-year guy. I mean, again, I'm not. Did I say low elite? I meant low top 4. I'm not too interested too much. But oh, hang on. But yeah, let's go with this guy. He's a sniper too. Juha Kippersoft, top 6, 63 overall. Yeah, you're not going to get much out of that. Then our next pick is in round 4 here, and now what's getting kind of late into the draft, although maybe the starter might be our best option here, just judging by who's around and what's available. There are some. There's an elite goalie, and I'll take him. He definitely probably will not play, but whatever. Vikingstad. I like that name too, Vikingstad. And then we're into round 6. I think we have a round 6 and then 2 round 7s. We have a low elite defenseman there. And these guys would be better options, to be honest with you. Zigamanis. I like that name, Zigamanis. Where are we looking here? I'm clicking the wrong buttons. 5 years and 4 years is really all you're getting, eh? Like around here, I guess. So let's just see. What's the best? I don't really want Zigamanis. Let's take this Toivonen guy, because there's nothing else really being passed around here. And then we're round number 7. Again, we're just kind of in this stuck spot where there's nothing really good. So we'll just try and take the best we can here. Cyrus Aginla, sick name. And you're a low top 653. And then for our final pick of this draft, again, I know this is not the most enticing or exciting draft, but that's just because, I mean, there's no players that we really need to pick up that could be quite interesting or what, but yeah, you know what? I'll take that guy. Who's that guy? Poljar. I'll take him. So there you go. So we'll end off the draft with that. A 60 overall, low top 9. So there's our draft picks for this year. Only 5 of them. I mean, they're just kind of like a mumbo jumbo draft pick selection, but I think next episode will be the last. I know a lot of you might be upset and saying, well, you're only going to do half the season. No. I'll do a little bit of a fast track, probably maybe do a voiceover bit in it to kind of play out my mind and kind of explain to you guys what I was doing. And hopefully, and we should be able to make the playoffs next year with what we got. But yeah, I got lots to think about when we go into next offseason, because we got or when we head into this offseason here, because we have contracts to, I think Drake Batherson's contract is up, so I'm going to have to negotiate with him, see how that goes. I just, don't like this negotiating in the game at this point in time, because it gets so bad. But we're going to try and work stuff out. We're going to try and make this team better than what it was this season. And I think, honestly, if we could just get by round number 1, we automatically did better than last season. So we'll try again next time around. I'm going to go all in. I'm going to do the best I can to go all in on this team. Try my best to win us a Stanley Cup before I go, because at this rate, it's not happening. But that is my plan. That is my goal for the next episode, is play through the entire next season, which will be our last. And hopefully, by the end of it, we're raising the Stanley Cup.